So, what do you think is a secret agent's greatest weapon? Is it some high-tech gadget, a silenced pistol, or maybe it's something you can't see at all? We're going to find out as we dive into Robert Arthur's classic thriller, The Midnight Visitor. It's a story where one spy proves that the most dangerous weapon you can have is a quick mind. All right, first up, let's meet our hero. But I gotta warn you, he is not what you'd expect. Meet Ausable, a secret agent who pretty much shatters every single stereotype about spies. When we think of spies, we picture someone suave, mysterious, kind of like James Bond, right? Well, Ausable isn't that. The story describes him as fat, very fat. He's sloppy, and instead of some cool, exotic accent, he's got an American one. You can just feel the disappointment from his guest, a writer named Fowler, who was really hoping for a thrilling adventure. Now, what's so great about this is that Ausable knows exactly how he comes across. He sees Fowler's disappointment and just calls it out. And this isn't just a funny little moment, it's the absolute core of the story. Appearances can be dangerously deceptive. So Fowler's bored out of his mind. He's followed this, frankly, unimpressive man down a musty hallway to a tiny room, and he's pretty much ready to call the whole evening a bust. But just as Ausable unlocks his door, the entire story is about to flip from dull to deadly. Fowler is about to get the adventure he wanted, just not in any way he could have possibly imagined. The stakes are about to get very, very real. He closes the door, and with a simple flick of a light switch, the entire mood of the room and the story changes in an instant. Because there he is, standing in the middle of the room, is a man holding a pistol, and just like that, Fowler gets his first authentic thrill of the day. This is Max. He's slender, with a crafty, fox-like face, the complete opposite of our sloppy hero, Ausable. Max is not there to make friends. He wants a report about new missiles, a document so important it could literally affect the course of history. And yeah, he is more than willing to kill for it. So Ausable is unarmed and completely outmaneuvered. Or is he? Okay, this is the moment. This is where Ausable's real weapon comes into play. Max might have the gun, but Ausable has his mind, and he's about to use it with incredible speed. Instead of panicking, Ausable just plops down heavily into a chair and complains. Not about the guy with the gun, oh no. He complains about the hotel management and this balcony. This is his first move, a brilliant piece of improvisation that's going to become the foundation for his whole plan. And here's why this lie works so well. Ausable doesn't just say, oh, there's a balcony. No, he builds an entire world around it. He gives it a backstory about the room next door, a previous break-in, and useless hotel staff. Every single detail is designed to sound like a totally believable, everyday complaint, not a lie he's making up on the spot. He sells it so well that both Max and Fowler can't help but look over at the window. And here's the psychological genius of it. Max is a spy. His whole world is secret entrances and clever tricks. So of course he buys it. He's the perfect victim for this kind of lie. He even says he wishes he'd known about it. So is Ausable just whining, or is the trap already set? So Ausable has planted this seed, this idea of a physical escape route. Now he just needs to create the pressure that's going to force Max to use it. And that pressure is about to arrive. They're just settling in for a long wait when, all of a sudden, a sharp knock cuts right through the tension. Fowler jumps, Max gets visibly nervous, the trap is about to spring. While Max is startled, Ausable just smiles. He calmly explains that he'd asked the police to check on him, for extra protection. He tells Max that if he doesn't answer, they'll come in anyway, and they will not hesitate to shoot. He has just turned a simple, random knock into an immediate life-or-death ticking clock. Max's face just turns black with anger and pure panic. The cops are at the door, Ausable is as cool as a cucumber, and the only way out is that escape route he just learned about. So Max backs toward the window, gun still up, warning them he'll wait on the balcony. The knocking gets louder. Max swings his leg over the windowsill, pushes himself off, and as he drops, there's just a single shrill scream that echoes and then fades away into total silence. And just like that, Max is gone. Fowler is completely stunned. The danger has just vanished. But how? Okay, let's unpack the two simple, incredibly elegant lies that made up Ausable's perfect trap. Fowler is just stammering, white-faced, asking about the police. That knock was the crucial part, right? It was the ticking clock that forced Max's hand. So it had to be the cops, didn't it? Ausable just sighs. There were no police. It was Henry, the waiter, bringing a drink that Ausable had ordered before he even came up to the room. He took a completely ordinary event and weaponized it, creating a massive threat out of literally thin air. So Fowler is still trying to process this first twist, and then he remembers the other piece of the puzzle. Max is still out there, right? He's just waiting on the balcony. He's definitely coming back. And here it is, the final, devastating blow, the most powerful lie of all. Ausable says, no, he won't be back. You see, my young friend, there is no balcony. That escape route, that whole believable story, it never existed. Max didn't step onto a balcony. He stepped out of a 6th-floor window. And that is what this all comes down to, presence of mind. Faced with a gun, Ausable didn't panic. He didn't freeze. He calmly assessed the situation, used the few things he had, and built a story so convincing that his enemy literally defeated himself. It was a victory won entirely by intellect. That sloppy, unassuming man turned out to be way more dangerous than the guy with the gun, all because his mind was the superior weapon. It's such a great reminder that the biggest threat isn't always the one you see coming. So it leaves you with a question, right? Who are you underestimating?